Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. We are super excited to see you all here today. As you know, my name is Nzali Abraham, and I am the Gooba Diaspora Network Manager. And so today we are back. It's July. It's a new month. It's the first Monday of the month, and we are back with another GDN Seat. So while I tell you a little bit about Gooba, I want you to tell me in the chat whether you're watching now or you're watching the replay, where you are calling in from, or where you are watching in from, I should say. All right, so just drop it in the chat. Is it the US? If so, what state? Is it UK, Canada, Netherlands? You know, our network is quite large, it's quite big. We have people from all over the world, literally, who are a part of this network. So wherever you are watching from, wherever you're watching the replay, just drop it in the chat and let us know. So for those of you who are new and you're wondering, like, what is GDN? Okay, you know, maybe you've seen it with Dental, or you've seen some of our flyers floating around social media, but you're just not sure what is GDN. So the basic version of GDN is that we are a diaspora network. Our sole focus is to help grow, unite, and to build Africa. That's what we do. And how we do it is very unique to this Ghanaian space. What we do is we bring together all the members of the diaspora. We bring together Ghanaians who are living, working, or playing and loving Ghana, right? And we put them in the same space and we network. We give each other resources. If you need an attorney, we'll direct you to an attorney. If you're looking for property, we'll direct you towards a trustworthy service or a trustworthy agent for properties. If you're looking, where can I go on a Saturday? Send us a message. Okay, join the network. We will share with what we have. If we're having a networking mixer that month, we'll send you that flyer and we would love to see you there. So that's the root of GDN. It's all about bringing the diaspora into Africa, helping us reintegrate with ourselves. And also, we offer transitional services. So if you're just not quite sure, you're like, I want to move to Ghana, but I don't really know what to do. I don't know where to start. I don't have any connections. I don't have any friends, family. Who can I talk to? GDN is that place. This is the Gooba Diaspora Network, and that's what we're here to help you do. So I do see some people who've just shown up in the chat. Hi, Mercy. She's watching from London. Welcome. Super excited that you joined us. I know it's an hour ahead where you are, but nonetheless, we're happy to have you. So also, we are a network, right? So not only do we do transitional services, there's a lot of us who are, learning each other, getting to know each other, but we are a network. And our network is membership based, right? Because we don't want just anybody, right? We want trustworthy people, trustworthy sources to be a part of this network, because that's the only way we're going to develop, right? If we can trust each other, if we can lean on each other. So we have 3 membership levels, right? I just want to tell you this before we get started for today. You have your general membership. So if you're a person that's just like, I'm new to the area, I'm new to this concept of moving back to Africa, I just want to be in community with like-minded people. That's our general membership, right? Now, let's say you are a person who's a little bit more intentional about what you want to get, right? So you want a little bit more one-to-one support. You want to personalize introductions to certain people or certain sectors of business that you may be interested in. That's the premium level. And let's say you are a corporate entity, because we know Black excellence is real. We know that there are so many of us who are out here leading corporations, starting new businesses, and we want to know how to break into the African market. That is our corporate membership package. So if you are interested in any of those forms of membership, then I would encourage you right now. I'm going to drop this in the chat. There is a survey that we give to all people who are interested in what we do. Go ahead and fill in that survey. Somebody from our team will definitely reach out to you and get you the proper information, talk to you a little bit more about what it's like. All right. So with all of that being said, I just wanted to jump into what have we been doing for the past month? Because I haven't seen you all in a while. So I just want to let you know this is what we have been doing. So Gooba has literally just come back. What is it? Maybe a week or so, I will say. We literally just came back from the Caribbean. So I'm going to share that with you. Ooh. Sorry, y'all know how these ads can be. We just came back from a trade tour in the Caribbean. And basically, when we say diaspora, we're not only talking about the US, Canada, and the UK. Okay, there is a strategic intention for us to also look at the diaspora who are in the Caribbean, who may be in South America, and other parts of the world who also want to connect. So we took a delegation of some of Ghana's biggest business people and investors, and we went to the Caribbean. We went to Grenada, we went to St. Lucia, we went to Anguilla, and we discussed what are the possibilities, right? What's available. And not only did we discuss it, those three countries gave us very specific investment opportunities that they are looking for within their country. And so our network, our GDN members, they were sent out a newsletter last week, and that newsletter lists some of those opportunities. If you are also interested in learning more about how can someone from the Caribbean, because I know a lot of you coming from the UK, your origin is really in the Caribbean, right? So if you're someone who's from the Caribbean, or you're looking at, okay, how can I bridge Africa and the Caribbean through business, through trade, through investment, then definitely reach out to us, because we have all the major investment opportunities that the countries are promoting. So that's what we've been doing. If you've been wondering where have we been, why we've been a little bit quiet, that's where we were. Okay, that's what we were doing. And not only were we doing that, we also have been planning something very special for you, and that is our networking mixer. This is the first one of the year, so give us some claps. Yay! Yay! All right, the networking mixer is where you get to see all these good people online, in person. It's going to be July 20th, 7 p.m. at Yaya. You can also register for that using Eventbrite. So if you're interested in coming, you do have to RSVP. I'm going to drop that link in the comments. And I want you to RSVP, because we do want to kind of, know who's all going to be in there. Also, when it's time for us to send out the post mixer information, you'll also have that as well. Okay, so that's what's coming up. I'm telling you where we've been. I'm telling you where we're going. And now I want to actually jump into what we are here to do today. So I know a lot of you have joined in, and you are thinking that, like, who's going to be on the seat today? What GDN member is going to be live and direct with everyone here today? Well, I do not want to keep you all waiting any further. If you are ready to meet our GDN member, Mr. Dennis Bimpong, please put a 1 in the chat. I need to see at least one to let me know that you all are ready to meet our GDN member. Let me see. And also, if you miss putting where you are watching from, don't worry. You can drop that in now. We would still love to know where everyone is viewing us from. If you are ready, let me see a 1. All right. So we're going to get started. I'm going to go ahead and bring up Mr. Dennis. Let's give him a round of applause. Hi.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. Yourself?
I'm doing well. I cannot complain. I'm so excited to have you here. And you know why I'm excited? Oh, we have one more person watching in from London. Awesome. Hi, Honorine. All right. And so, I'm really excited to interview today, because when I first started with my very first event, you were the first member that I met. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yes, you were the first
Really?
member that I met in person. I had, of course, some people had messaged Gooba and all of that, but in person, you were the first one. So you hold a very special place in my
Oh,
heart.
okay.
I'm super
Wow.
excited to have you today.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you. Happy to.
yes. So I just wanted to, first of all, I want to let everyone know that you're the CEO of Alakados. I'm going to say it the wrong way. How do I say it again?
Alakados. Alakados.
Alakados. And I have to say it with the right tonation. Alakados. Huh.
No, that's okay. Alakados, however you pronounce it.
With the American accent, we can slur things a bit. So, Alakados properties. And so, we're going to talk about that, of course, but we also are going to talk a little bit about what is it like to have like trusted people in this space? Because I know as a person coming from the diaspora, one of the biggest things you hear in the internet streets is, well, I didn't know that I couldn't do this with this person, and this person did this and that. But with this network, we are tried and true. We have never led people in the wrong direction. And I know you are from Ghana and you live in Ghana. So I do want us to, look at like, okay, how do we create that bond, that trust between each other whilst we're also transitioning and doing, doing a little bit of business too. We want to add that one in there too. So today we're talking about finding trusted partners. And you are one of our trusted partners. You're one of our trusted GDN members. And so we want to talk about what you do. So if you don't mind, just tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Thank you so much for having me on the platform, and my greetings to all the GDN members watching from across the world. I'm Dennis Bimpong, like you said, and I'm a real estate broker, realtor, however you put it. So in Ghana, I'm CEO of Alakados Properties. I help people with the sales and rentals of properties in Ghana. But I am limited in Ghana, I would say, for now, because I only do in Tema and Accra. I don't go far to Kumasi and those areas, which I'm working towards that though. Yeah, so when it comes to everything real estate, I think I can be of help. Yeah, I also do some side business. I sell brand new vehicles just in case.
So that's good to know. Now, I do want to know outside of your work, what, tell us a little bit more about who you are, because some people they have their professional side and they have their personal side. Like, they could be a minister, they could be a mentor, they're part of the Lions Club. So, is there anything outside of your work that you want us to know a little bit more about you?
Ah, there's nothing. It's just real estate and cars. That's all.
That's it. That's all you do, just real estate and cars.
Yes, that's what I do.
Well, I tend to think that there's a little bit more. I know when I first met you, you were definitely very warm, very welcoming. You also shared a lot about just Ghana in general. So I know we had like some of the traditional dancing that was going on. They were ushering in the tour group and all of that. And you really kind of helped explain some of those pieces that those of us who are new here, we just wouldn't understand. So I'm going to add on to what you've said that you are very helpful.
Oh,
You're
okay.
very
Okay.
knowledgeable about Ghana as well.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. So I have put the web address for you all's property company just at the bottom. So if anybody, while we're watching, while you're listening, if you want to check them out, you definitely can go to that website and check them out. And while we are doing that, I also just want to, give you opportunity to talk about why you've decided to go into real estate. Um, why Alakados properties? What inspired this business decision? You know?
Well, so like I said before, I was into cars. So, and when it comes to cars too, I was a broker when it comes to cars. I was working with a lot of these automobile companies in Accra. I help people to buy cars and I educate them the type of Toyota Land Cruisers VH to go for. You see, but
Mhm.
a friend told me about real estate and researching and observing the real estate industry. I realized that I realized and witnessed the impact a reliable realtor could have on
Mm.
people's lives. And I also realized that there are some few realtors or real estate brokers, they call themselves real estate brokers in Ghana, that take this advantage and they don't handle things well. Okay. And I feel
Mhm.
that with my experience as a broker in the car business, I could do the same into real estate. So that was why I started my real estate agency company. And then since then, it has been rewarding. I mean, helping
Mhm.
people find your dream home. I mean, it feels good. You see people have a place where they can raise your family, place where they're able to buy or rent for to launch your business. I mean, I've enjoyed real estate since.
Mhm. So it sounds like you took some skills that you had in one area and you transferred them to another area. And the reason you transferred is because you saw a need. People were looking for someone they
Yeah,
could trust,
to
someone that
trust.
when they say they're going to do it, they do it. Or if they say they can provide this, they provide it. And I think that's a very critical thing that people from the diaspora, when you're looking to relocate into Ghana or even to come back and forth and do business, that's one of the traits that you want to look for in people. When they show up, do they say they do they do what they say they're going to do, and do they have a heart for other people? Because for you to say, well, I saw that people were saying that they were agents but not really, that was you having a heart or a feeling for those in the diaspora, or even those who are in Ghana who are just looking but not finding what they need. And because you saw that, then you applied your skills, and now look at where you are when it comes to your real estate business. I mean, I think that's really dope. I think a lot of people, we're looking at starting up businesses. This is where we need to start from. Not just, oh, I pulled the idea out of the sky. I haven't looked around in the environment at all to see if it's needed. So you actually did something that was needed, and we're most appreciative for that. So what kind of challenges did you face, as a Ghanaian in the Ghanaian real estate market? And then how have you kind of overcome some of those things? Because it's different. I'll say doing real estate in Ghana is different than doing it elsewhere. So what are the challenges and how have you overcome some of those?
Like you said, it's different in Ghana here. Collaborating with a lot of the agents is another problem. Some of the agents have their own way of doing the real estate business. You see, but I'm so thankful that I have a mentor who is also part of the GDN group. Yeah, her
Mm.
name is Miss Nanette Antoine Henning. Yeah, so
Ah, I know
she,
Nanette.
yeah, yeah, so she changed my mindset and my understanding about real estate. Okay, and so
Mhm.
since then I've been able to deal with some few challenges. For example, when it comes to land issues, okay, in Ghana, for
Mhm.
example, with me, Alakados property, just for everybody to understand, Alakados property, we don't do lands. Yeah, we don't
Mhm.
do land, but we know reputable real estate brokers that do land, and when it comes to land, we can give you to them. But we don't do land because I feel that the challenges concerning land, I'm not ready to venture that. I'm not ready to,
Mhm.
to put myself into that. You see, but aside that, I've also collaborated with reputable surveyors, property inspectors that assist me to be able to give my clients a good
Mhm.
service, a good recommendations on properties. You understand? So that's how I have overcome it, because with all these people, I'm able to lead my clients to a good source and to cross check everything before we recommend to clients. So
Yeah, I like what you said about the cross checking. That's a really, really big important piece because, sometimes we know, if we're being very, very honest, sometimes you'll go to someone one time in Ghana and then you have to go again. It's a different outcome. So, being that these are people that you're consistently working with, work with them over time, you've seen how they do things, cross checking their work with other people as well as other projects. That's a really, really good way to kind of shift through some of the stuff. And then one of the things I'll say for people coming from the diaspora, even for myself, is something that I had to learn. Number one, you have to be kind of connected with the right people, right? Once you find your network of people, they're going to refer you to good people. And I know sometimes it's easy for us to come and just want to befriend everybody, right? Just want to be friends with everybody. But then when you do that, everybody is going to send you their recommendations, and there's no way for you to double check. So, when you do something like GDN, right? You know, these people, we've been doing it for a while. We have people like Mr. Dennis here, and they've already kind of, what I would say, cleared the field for us. So now it's just for you to go ahead and put your foundation down and build your house. That's how I like to say it. So I guess, how do you see expatriates, in the growth of real estate in the Ghana sector? Because I know I've been here 7 years, and it seems like a lot of diasporans come and they want to do real estate, or they come and they want to buy, right? Or they want to rent something that's here. So how does the role of the expatriate help in the growth of the real estate sector in Ghana?
Well, I think with the expats that are coming into Ghana, they are really helping with, especially with their expertise. Okay, and
Mm,
yes, with they are helping the real estate industry with new ideas, and the investment they bring into Ghana, a lot of them coming to buy, build business, do a lot of things. It is changing the idea, the perceptions of Ghanaians. And through that, I think it is through that we Ghanaians started doing mortgage. Ghanaians didn't know anything
mm,
about mortgage. Although our mortgage system is quite different from the US and the UK, but we are still doing mortgage and we are still practicing it. You see, so the
mm.
influence of the expats in the real estate growth in Ghana, I think is very, very effective. And it is creating employment. I mean, it's doing a lot of impact on we, the realtors in Ghana. We're also learning from them. So I think it is, I mean, it's helping us if the experts are keep investing in Ghana.
Are there any I guess I would say like successful examples of, collaborations that you've done with some expatriate clients or partners that you all have been around?
Well, what I have done with expat is not really, I have helped expats buy
Mhm.
properties in Ghana. Okay.
Mhm.
They come to Ghana for the first, second, third time. We meet up, we talk, and then I help them to. I think one time I helped one client get a property at East Legon, Tema, and other places, and a lot
Mhm.
of them have even left the property for me to manage for them
Mm.
in their absence. So, I mean, my collaborations with the experts is being very successful.
So with the helping of people transition by finding their home here, which is a very very big thing to do when you're trying to relocate somewhere. I guess what is one of the most common misconceptions that diasporans have about living in Ghana? Because I'm sure you've heard everything. So, what's something that you're like, every time I meet a diasporan, this is the one thing that they think that may not be true about living in Ghana?
Some people are thinking Ghanaians. I remember one Chinese friend who was vibing with me, and the question
Mm,
he asked me is, "Do we have banks in Ghana?"
mm.
So asking me that question makes me feel that maybe some of the expats or some of the foreigners think that Africa is in kind of deep bush, somewhere people are not really surviving and all that. But when they come to Ghana, everything surprised them. So the few
Everything.
Americans, the few Americans and the British I have had encounters with, okay, they're really, really surprised. And when they come to Ghana, a lot of them don't even want to go back. They feel
Mm.
this is home, especially the African Americans,
I definitely can
because
attest to
with
that.
them, yeah, the moment they enter into the country, their perception, everything changes.
Mm. True. And I think, doing shows like this where we're talking about what it looks like, how to do it, the Beyond the Return campaign, where they've literally done a whole media sweep that really is promoting Ghana Tourism Authority, doing a lot of work, going into other spaces. I think all of that adds to the rewriting of what Ghana is, what Africa is outside of our borders, right? And it kind of helps in the work that you do, especially the work that we do here with Guba. So I do want to get into a very specific part that a lot of people, especially expats coming in, it's this whole idea of investing, right? And anytime you listen to these big guys who are wealth management people and the millionaire billionaires of the world, they all talk about having real estate, right? So like, what advice would you give a diasporan who's looking to invest in the Ghanaian property market?
Well, to be honest, first of all, what I would tell any diaspora watching me is to deal with Alakados properties. The reason being that with Alakados properties, we have the local knowledge. Okay, we know how to handle things locally in Ghana, in Tama and Accra, and we will be the best to assist you. Secondly, I will advise that any diasporan that will want to invest in the real estate industry in Ghana, I don't know how they want to invest, but want to invest should first of all come to the country,
Mm,
observe things, take their time and do their research on locations, on lands, on properties, on everything real estate before
mm-hmm,
they think of investing. You see? So
mm-hmm,
that would be my advice for them. And also, when it comes to stool lands and family lands, they should be very careful. I will not
mm.
say you don't have to buy them, but when buying those lands, you have to be extremely careful. Extremely careful. Yeah.
So when you say stool land or family land, everybody doesn't know what that means. I know what it means, but if you could just quickly explain what is that for people who may be watching
Well,
and don't know.
well, the stool land, for example, is for the chiefs. The
Okay.
chiefs are places like Pram, Afienia, Dawenia, those places, and
Mm-hmm.
other places like that. It's mostly for the chiefs, okay? And
Okay.
so
Like the traditional leaders.
the traditional leaders, you see,
Okay.
and those traditional leaders, a lot of them don't go through the TDC, AMA, the Ghana Lands Commission, and all that. You see, and they can sell it to you and then turn it back to another person again. And the family lands
Mm-hmm.
too, these are lands that does not belong to the Lands Commission or the TDC. You see, it's for a
Mm,
family.
okay.
You see, and the reason why you have to be careful buying a family land is because it could be that that land is for 10, 20 people in a family. One
Mm,
person will sell it to you without the knowledge of the rest of the nine people.
mm-hmm.
Okay, when the nine comes to realize that the land is sold, they don't
Mm,
understand why they were not informed. They want to come back for the
yeah.
property, and they will successfully get it back,
Mm-hmm.
and you will
So then
lose.
that puts you in a conflict that you didn't even
Yes,
know.
I didn't
Mm,
even know. So when you are buying those land, I mean, there are some of these lands that you can successfully purchase without a problem, but a lot of times there's problems. So you just have to be careful.
mm-hmm. And
And those lands, a
you
lot of
know,
times they are cheaper. So just be careful. That's all.
mm, I just want to quickly say hello to Carla watching in from Washington, D.C. I love DC. That's my old stomping grounds. I used to attend, well, I graduated from Howard University. So DC is like my second home. So hello, Carla. Welcome. So I like what you said about number one, being able to trust you all. And one of the things that I realize about my people when we come is that we feel like we're supposed to do everything by ourselves, right? We want to go and get the house, go and get the furniture, go and find a contractor, go and find our own surveyor. And everything is right? And that always gets us in trouble because you're not from this space. You don't know as much as you think you know. And it's always best to get a second opinion, third opinion, fourth opinion, and also have some people around that really know what's going on. So I like when you said, okay, just for me, to be very honest and frank, I don't want to build, right? I just want to have a house. It's ready. I know that I'm working with a good property, agent that I can just say, these are the things I'm looking for, and they find me something. Because, like you said, when you start talking about the different types of land and regulations and how, you don't want to end up in court. So I always tell diasporans, at least for your first real estate venture, this is my piece of advice. Your first real estate venture or investment, buy a property that's already ready. you know Find you a good property manager, agent. Find that property, buy it. If you're going to live in it, live in it. If you're going to let someone manage it, like Dennis spoke about, he's done for clients, let them manage it while you're not here. You stay in it when you come to visit. Then once you have observed long enough with this property, you know more, then you can go into the deeper waters, right? Which is the buying land, building the house, building commercial property, all that type of stuff. But first thing is get with some people who already know what to do, let them do it, and you just move in. That would be my piece of advice for the folks watching. All right, so then how does, excuse me, Alakados property ensure and protect, the foreign investors that are coming in and using you all services? Like, how do you make sure they're getting a good benefit from you all?
I think it's all about reliability, trust,
Mm,
being honest, and to maintain a complete transparency with your investors, providing
mm,
detailed information, project plans, financials, and a whole lot. Anything that is concerned about what they have invested, you just have to make sure everything is very transparent. Yeah, because
mm,
with Alakados properties, our aim is to be a trusted brand.
yeah.
That's our aim. Yes. The first name that should come to people's mind when they think of investing in real estate in Ghana. Yeah. So we also do
Mm.
our best to make sure that there will be a clear transparency when we are dealing with investors who are especially experts.
Yeah, because a lot of us come and we because it's new, you just have a lot of questions, right? And then you also are still learning the cultural differences, the business practices that are different from how, maybe where you're coming from, how those things run. And so me personally, when I moved to Ghana, I had a really, really big cultural shock. Even though previously I had lived in South Africa, Ghana was a totally different country, totally different system. And I was just like, wow. I feel like I spent at least the first 2 to 3 years just getting my feet on the ground, fully understanding the culture and everything that was happening. So when it comes to cultural differences and ensuring that there's smooth communications between your clients, the local stakeholders, and then your property agency, how do you manage all of that? Because that's three different, groups of people: the diasporans, the local stakeholders, and then your team members. How do you make sure everybody is on the same page? We understand each other, even though we're culturally different.
We make time for all of that. Me and my team, we make time for all of that. And for example, these properties that I have at East Legon cantonment that I am managing, you see, I have few ladies that are working for me. I make sure they know what they have to do concerning those properties. I have cleaners, I have people that weed. I have a lot of things in place. And because real estate is my main business, I'm into cars though, but it's just some kind of a side business. My main focus is real
Mm-hmm.
estate. I make sure I pay
Mm-hmm.
attention to all those things, yeah, so that I will not have any complaints to with my investors.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of
And
things
what
are in place. And
so what do you think some of the biggest cultural differences are that that can impact people being able to just impact people when they're trying to move and do this I'm moving to Ghana thing? What are some of those biggest cultural differences that they should prepare for?
Ah, they should customer service. Yeah,
Mm,
Ghana, we have a problem with our customer service. Yeah, so when you come to Ghana, you don't have to come to Ghana with a strictness. With how you are in the US, everything is on time. You're strict. You are this. You are that. When you come to
mm,
Ghana, Ghana might end up humbling you. So just
yes.
have in mind that you are coming to learn something from these people, how they act, how they think, how they do things. And then with that, trust me, you'll be able to take things each step at a time. Because if you come with a
Definitely.
Ghanaian American mindset, you'll be disappointed. Yeah,
Mm.
because Ghana,
So
Ghana
the
is not like Ghana.
the biggest part, and I'm gonna hammer this, I've even put it in the chat already. Okay. Um, Flexibility is key.
It's key.
I mean, hmm, I even see someone in the chat. Carla says Ghana will in all caps humble you. It's very true. It's very true. And there's even stages of the humbling, right? So once you
Yeah.
even think you've advanced to a level, then here, boom, here comes another one to humble you. So to work around that, um, definitely being flexible. I would also, in extension to what you said about the time, recognizing, especially in this real estate sector, that things take time. So you're not
Mm-hmm.
going to see a property on Monday and Wednesday the property is yours, right? No, it's going to take time. You're going to have to view it. You may want to view the property during different parts of the day. You want to go in the evening to see if there's a church that's going to keep you up all night. You want to go during the daytime to see, and I'm saying this because it's literally happened to me. I moved into a home and it was a building that didn't look like it was finished. So I didn't realize that it was an actual church that was actually active. We moved
Oh,
in
okay.
there. When I tell you, it was like convention every weekend. So I was like, wow, we should have come in the evening, So all of these things are going to take time. You have to be flexible, similar to what you said earlier, which is the do your research,
Do your
right?
research.
Really, really give yourself the time, the opportunity to see things through. And then I will say, for some of us who are coming, you may not have a whole 3 months to spend in Ghana, right? But see, that's where, partners like Mr. Dennis come into play. You don't have 3 months, but you've come to Guba. We've referred you to Mr. Dennis, and he can do some of that part for you. So at least you've come with enough time to meet a good partner that you can work with to, actualize your real estate dreams, whether that's finding your dream home or finding property that you want to put up for rentals or any of those type of things. um Someone also said no lie with the churches. We all know these are the funny things that we laugh about, but it's very real when we're looking at property. And I'm going to ask you, what are some of the things that you look for when you're like looking to place someone at a good property, or what qualifies a good property for you?
Well, it's the environment.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's the environment, and with the help of one of the African American who's into property inspection, the
Mm,
quality of the building. You understand,
mm,
and
yes.
sometimes to the company itself. For example, I've heard some few real estate developers are not trustworthy. You buy with them, I mean, they will not give you what you want and all that. And I know a lot of them. I mean, I know a lot of the reputable real estate developers that will give you good
Mm,
offer. Yeah, so like I said, with my experience in the Ghana real estate industry, I mean, I have some knowledge, some experience in dealing with a lot of the developers, and I know who to take you to.
mm. So it's the
So the
environment.
environment, yes, the environment,
So the
and
environment is key.
the quality of the building.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And so the areas that you typically focus in, I remember you said Tema, East Legon. Is there another area?
No, no, Tama, Islegon, Cantonment, Jawolo, Chiado,
Hmm.
Airport Residential, Adenta.
Hmm. And these are
Yeah,
all
so
really
far.
good environments. And
Yeah.
I'll say that good environments because number one, some of them are walkable. Like in your community, you can walk to things easily and get around easily. You don't have to take a Uber every time you want to buy something, right? A lot of those communities that you mentioned are in town, as we say in Ghana, meaning like it's closer to other things. So even if you do have to take a car, you can get there relatively quickly. They're residential, right? So you have a lot of people with families and serious people who live in your space. And then there's also other expats or diasporans, as you should say, that live in those areas. So you'll run into people that feel a little bit more familiar. You won't feel like you're just totally on your own. I will give you this little inside information. When I first came to Ghana in Accra, I actually was in Adenta, and from that time forward, I was like, I really just love Adenta, and it's developed over time. So I'm
Yeah.
actually happy that you that you mentioned that space too. It's a
I
really
mean,
good environment.
a lot of places in Accra. So
Definitely. And one of the things that I have noticed, I will say, at least in like the last 4 years, is that there's been a lot of development of apartments, not just
Yes.
a home, but an apartment. So would you agree with that? Because this is your area of expertise.
Yeah, apartments are also good. You see, for me, in my personal life, when I'm dealing with friends and family, and even some of my clients, I advise them that look, I feel it's better to buy than to build.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I advise a lot of people. It's better to buy. Some people prefer to build. That's fine. And even when you
Yeah.
want to build, I will also advise that build at good locations. Yeah,
Yes.
so that you will have neighbors,
Mm-hmm.
neighbors like you. Don't just build anywhere. Because when your neighbors are not like you are not safe.
Mm-hmm. That's
See,
a good point.
yeah, when your neighbors are not like you are not safe. So that's why a lot of time I encourage people to buy in a gated communities, because gated
Mm-hmm.
communities they give you network, they give you security, they give you serene environment, and the network is not only for you, it's for you and your children.
Yes.
You
I
understand?
100% agree. And I give the same advice. People are always like, oh, and Zali, you've been in Ghana so long, you don't want to build. And I'm like, no, I don't. Um, I don't want to go through that process. It's not something I'm interested in, but I like the idea of this is already built. The plots are sorted out. I know I have this plot. The house is going up. I'm picking my plan. I know the contractors. And you know, the other thing about buying when it's already made, all of the things that could have brought conflict around land and all of that, the developer has
Soft,
already
soft,
done that.
soft. Yes, it's soft. Yeah, yeah.
So you don't have to worry about that. All you have to do is just pick out the pieces you want, collect your money, and go and move forward. All right. So I want to ask you one last question here today, and that is looking ahead. When you think about expanding Alakados property, what do you envision for the future and your collaborations?
Building a strong brand. So my
Hmm.
focus is on marketing and brand building activities to establish Alakados Properties as a trusted name in the real estate industry.
Mm. So
And
building that brand.
yeah, building a brand. Yeah, and I mean, to expand as well, to collaborate internationally. Recently, we have
Hmm.
collaborated with realtors in Dubai that are
Wow.
partnering with us, helping us get investors in Ghana, and we're also helping them get investors in Dubai. And we are still
Mm.
extending our partnership to a few realtors in the States and other countries. So it's all about how we build a strong brand, trusted brand,
Yeah.
yeah, so that we can
So
always be able to give people the service they want.
So just at the bottom, I do have your website. So if you're someone who is watching from outside and you are also into real estate, right? And you are looking at how you can build more collaborations, more
Yeah,
bridges with people who are in this space, then I have the website here at the bottom of the screen. You can definitely reach out to Mr. Dennis there. You can find him there with all his contact details and have that conversation. I see Mrs. Paydu is watching from Ghana. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, that it's not only about, oh, I want to sell homes to people who are coming in and people who are already here, but it's also about that bridge. And that's what
yeah,
Guba
bridge.
is
Yeah,
talking about. Okay. Like you said earlier, it's the expertise. You've been building homes like this, you've been in a real estate environment, I don't know, in the Netherlands, right? So there's things about your space that that you could bring to Ghana. There's things about Ghana that I can show you and help you expand in that space as well. So I would love for those who are into real estate already, maybe this is your business sector or a sector you want to get into. This would be a great opportunity for you to reach out and connect with someone who's doing it in Ghana already. Right? All right. Is there anything else you want to tell the people this evening before I show them a little bit more about your property company? I have a little video for them. So, is there anything else you would like to share?
all I can say is thank you so much for listening to me. And whenever anybody is interested, especially to the experts or even my local clients, Whenever anybody's interested in investing in properties in Ghana, either buying, selling, business consulting, whatever it is, Alakados Properties, one thing we can assure you, we'll always do our best to give you the best and will never disappoint.
All
That's it.
right. And I can attest, Mr. Dennis does not disappoint. When we call him for Gooba, he shows up. He shows up well and prepared. So we're super excited. As people come in, they want to transition, we'll always shoot them to you to help them find what they're looking for in this space. So I want to say thank you, but I also want to show them a little bit more about your agency before we go. So let me just pull it up quickly.
I know that you're looking for a reliable, trustworthy real estate partner. Well, I have a suggestion for you.
Alakados Properties is ready to relieve you from the stress of finding units and setting up viewings or sell your house. Connect with Alakados Properties. We are specialized in sales and rentals of properties, property management, and consulting.
Hi, my name is Margaret. I'm the head of sales and marketing at Agaze Homes. We are so grateful to Alakados Properties for their work, their expertise, and support in selling our homes.
Hello, my name is Jumoke Arnold. I'm the owner of Luxor Garden Apartments. Alakados Properties is a real estate agency we work with, and we are committed to giving their guests the best experience in accommodation. They are an organization that I believe you can trust. They don't charge agent fees. They don't charge viewing fees. Even when you're going to see the property, they will sponsor you to go see the property. You can also rely on Alakados Properties to find your long or short-term accommodation whilst in Ghana.
All right, so that is Alakados Properties. Thank you so much for joining us for this month's GDN Seat. Again, the website is at the bottom of the screen. So if you want to reach out to Mr. Dennis, go to the website, send him a contact. Contact me. Send it to him. He will definitely get back out to you. And I want to say goodbye to you, and then I'll do some
Number
last
one.
minute announcements for the group. So I'll see you later. We'll bring you
Okay.
down.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye bye. All right. So again, that was Mr. Dennis with the Alakados Property. Again, he is a member of our GDN network. If you are interested in being a part of GDN, you want to be a member, you want to meet other people like Mr. Dennis who have started up their businesses here in Ghana, other people who are transitioning to Ghana, other people who just have like a common frame of mind. All right, I'm just going to drop that link for our survey in the chat. Make sure you fill it in. Let us know that you're interested, and someone from our team will definitely get back out to you. You can also always follow us on Instagram. I have it scrolling at the bottom of the screen at Gooba Diaspora Network. We do this GDN Seat every first Monday of the month, so you can always catch us here. And before we head out, I want to let you know about one of our partners, Pay Angel. Pay Angel is live in the US right now. There are so many other countries that Pay Angel works with. However, they have just become active in the US. So if you are in the US, you can download Pay Angel right now. If you're in the UK, Canada, Ghana, Nigeria, I mean, there's so many countries. Just check the countries down at the bottom here, and you can see them. Download the app now. They have no fees. They're fast. They're secure. You can get the best exchange rates, and they have excellent customer service. I use Pay Angel. We at Gooba use Pay Angel, and we're encouraging you also to use Pay Angel. And if you want to meet us in person, you are ready to meet us in person, then please join us for our networking mixer this month, July 20th. We're going to be at Yaya, I believe that's Laboni, the Laboni area. And please, you do have to RSVP. So we have posted the Eventbrite link there. It's going to be at 7 p.m. It is going to be a very good time. If you have attended any of the Gooba events before, when it comes to networking, we do it the best. When it comes to connecting the diaspora with people here, we do it best. So we look forward to seeing you on July 20th. All right. So it was a great time with Mr. Dennis. I'm so happy that you all joined in today. My people watching from Ghana, from DC, we have some people from London. Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you on the next one. Again, next month, the first Monday of the month, GDN Seat. We'll see you there. Bye.